What's good, everybody? This is CreamSpinachYo, and this is episode, I think it's 6 of my Modern Warfare 3 Road to Commander series, and we are going to be talking about television again. And like I mentioned in the first episode of the series, I can't multitask with this game, so you're going to be getting a little different style of Road to Commander. Now, if you are watching this episode and you have not watched the previous episodes about my top-rated non-comedy television shows of all time, feel free to watch those, because we're going to be talking about the shows that I try to put on my list, but I just can't because they they just rub me the wrong way. And, of course, the first show on this list has to be Lost, right? And here is the big problem with Lost. Season 2 and Season 3 are absolutely terrible. Now, we all remember that episode about Jack's tattoo, right? In Season 3? Yeah, that's one of those episodes. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the Season 3, Season 1 is great, and then the show is absolute shit, and then once you hit, that final episode, Through the Looking Glass, right? Not Penny's Boat. You remember that episode? Yeah, at the end of Season 3, that's when the show just, says fuck it, and it gets really damn good. And I think that Season 3 and after, the show is top-notch. The show is absolutely great, but Season 2 and Season 3 are just bad. Oh my god. And on top of that, the reason why it doesn't make my list is because there are some characters that I just don't give a shit about. Right? Everyone loves Hurley. I fucking hate that guy. I think he's stupid. I don't like Kate. I don't like all Claire's baby crap. I mean, give me a break. I think Charlie is the dumbest person in the world. And I can't stand Sawyer. And it's so aggravating just to listen to these characters and just try to get attached when they're just so stupid. Now, don't get me wrong. The show, if you are unfamiliar with, I don't know how, but basically, it after Season 4 it turns into a sci-fi type show, but it's before that it's a drama about people are on Oceanic Flight A15. They crash on some island, and this island has weird mystical powers. Now, don't get me wrong, some characters are absolutely great. Locke and Ben and Desmond are amazing characters. Those are my favorite characters in that show, right? But the problem is that the show, it's mostly about Jack's transition from a man of science to a man of faith. And the problem that this show has is that I think it takes too long to get there. Now, Season 2 and Season 3 were just bad, right? And it's tough to get through, so that's why it's on the list. Now, another one on the list, which you're gonna be surprised, is Game of Thrones. Now, this is purely my own personal opinion, but I've never been into a fantasy genre type of television or film. Now, don't get me wrong, Lord of the Rings easily easily in the top of my list of best movies ever, right? Don't get me wrong, those are great movies, but I was completely lost the entire time. Gendothermic, has it all memorized, and all the, I don't remember the characters' names, I just know what they look like, and I don't know any of the places they go to, or any of that stuff, and Gendothermic absolutely hates it. I'm sure she'll do a commentary on it later in the future, but it's really hard for me to deal with. And of course, that is my own personal opinion. And of course, with my own personal opinion, you have the full freedom to feel free to go to the comment section and say, Matt, you're a fucking idiot. I can't believe you're saying this about Game of Thrones. You should be killed or whatever. Don't write that. That's kind of mean. But you should hate yourself for it. And of course, you know what? You're probably right, because I know that don't get me wrong, that show is great. I know that show is absolutely excellent, and the writing is good, and the characters are good. But I just don't care about the fantasy. I don't care about the fantasy aspect of the show. And so, of course, we have my third option that really should have been on the list, but the writing just fucked it over completely, and this was Heroes. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Heroes, this show is about a group of people who get magic superhero powers in real life, and they're trying to deal with it and cope with it, and they interact with each other. And now, here's the thing, the show had more than, I think it had 4 or 5 seasons. Now, Season 1 and 2, great. They were really fucking good. Season 1 and 2 were excellent, excellent seasons. Now, here is the problem. The problem is after season 2, it just turned to utter shit, right? And of course, there's a caveat to this. That time was during the writer's strike way back in the day. I don't know if you remember that, and the writing just got fucking terrible. Like, oh my god. And the reason why this happened was because the writers decided, oh, you know what? We can make this show. We can stretch this show out, make more money, and so we don't need to stick to the decisions, like the real decisions that the characters make, but rather we can just stretch it out, make money, and make characters do whatever the fuck we want. And so what you get is characters playing against their personality in 2 different episodes, right? You get someone making a decision that makes no fucking sense in terms of their character and their personality in one episode, and then the next episode they're back to normal. It's just like, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. And don't get me wrong, there was some, Zachary Quinto was Siler in that, and he was great. He did a great job. Now, it's just the writing. I thought the acting was good, but the writing the writing just gave it the massive cock up the ass and just fucked it completely. It absolutely ruined the show. And really, the writers of that show and NBC should really be ashamed for what they did to that show, because that show was excellent. If you actually want to see an excellent version of the show, watch Misfits. It's a UK show. It's so gritty. It's hilarious. It's raw, and good god, that's a great show. And it's really fucking funny. Anyway, that's all I got for the non-comedy. So feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video, feel free to leave a comment, feel free to follow me on Twitter at CreamSpinachYo, and as always, thanks for watching, and have a really great day.